Hey there guys, welcome back. In this video let us see how to do information gathering using Metasploit. So I will just open my Metasploit. So using the Metasploit tool we can also do the information gathering part. So when it comes to Metasploit tools, that is the information gathering tools, there are two types of tools. One is going to be the active information gathering and another is the passive information gathering. So the active information gathering tool which directly interacts with the target, whereas the passive information gathering will not directly interact with the target. So in this video we will be covering how to do port scanning, and we will be covering how to hunt for MySQL and service identification and password sniffing. Yes, we can also do password sniffing using the Metasploit, and also we will be seeing how to do Snmp sweeping. So firstly let us see how to do port scanning. So as I told you in the previous videos that the Nmap is trying to be an all-in-one tool. So over here itself you can just enter the nmap command and you can straight away go for the scan. So over here what we are doing is we are going to use the Metasploit pre-built tool for information gathering. So what I will do is I will just search for port scan. So I am just entering the search command and entering the term port scan. So over here we have got 7 modules. So it is describing what type of scan it is. So we can see the XMAS scan, ACK scan, TCP SYN scan, and also we can see WordPress pingback scan. So all these scans these type of scans are available in the Nmap too. So if you are comfortable with the Metasploit, so if you're working in the Metasploit, you can straight away go for a port scan here itself. So for example, let me say use 6, so I'm going to use the 5th module. So let me use the 5th module, that is the auxiliary /scanner /port scan /TCP. So I'm just using the TCP port scan. So let us say show options, and over here we can set the host, and over here they have set the default ports as 1 to 10,000. So let us set the ports from 1 to 65,534, and it says the option is we should set the ports. So let me enter ports over here, PORTS. So it is set. So let us say show options again. So we can see the ports has been changed. So now if I enter the target and run the scan, it will be scanning for the port 1 to 65,534. So let me enter the target. So the target is going to be, so let me enter digtechierig.com. So I am entering my own website over here. So I will just take the public IP address. So this is my website public IP address. So I will just copy it and just say show options, and I will just enter set our host. So over here we should enter the target. So I'll just enter set our host and the target IP address. So the target IP address is going to be 160.153.138.219, and the host is set. Now let us say set, just we can say run, or we can just say exploit to run the process. And also over here we can see threads and timeouts. So you can just play with it, and you can see what are the difference made. So I will just run it. Now what it is doing is it has started the TCP port scan. So over here we can see that it says the port 22 is open and TCP open. So this is how to do port scanning in the Metasploit. Now let us see how to hunt for MySQL. So let me do a Control-C and exit from here. So to hunt for MySQL, so basically what we are doing is we are finding the versions of the MySQL. So what we can do is we can just enter search and we can enter MySQL. And we can just say, let me say, no, it is not MySQL, it is it is, let me search for it again, MySQL. Yeah, we have found it. So over here we have found the R35 modules. So what it does is it just finds there are different modules. So each module has each characteristics. So basically we use the MS SQL to find the version. So I'll just use this particular module. So the module name is going to be MS SQL underscore ping. What it does is it just pings. So we can find the module over here. So let us say use 11. So we are inside that module, and I will just set the host. So same as the above, and let us say show options, and we can see the host. So let us say set host and the target IP address. So it is going to be 160.159. I guess it is 159. .153.138.219. So let me copy it. And let us say show options again. So it just pings the MS SQL. So let's say run. So it has started to run. So this is how to do it. So we can see it says scanned one of one host and 100% completed. So this is how to hunt for MS SQL. So then what we are doing is we are just identifying the service. So identifying service, we can't just identify the service with the port scan, but in Nmap there is a default scan itself. In the Nmap default scan, it just finds the open ports, and also it just finds the service version and all the useful stuffs. So over here in the Metasploit, we should find a separate module to identify the service. So what we will be doing is, firstly we will be identifying the SSH, and then we will be identifying the FTP services. So I have found a module called SSH underscore version, which is inside the scanner, I guess. So let me just say search. So basically you can just do search and enter the name. So over here I will just enter search and say SSH. So we have found a lot of things. So let us narrow down the search. So I'll just enter search SSH underscore, and let me enter version. So we are searching for the version. So we have found there are like 4 modules over here. So what I will be using is, I will be using the last module, that is the 3rd module. So I will just say use 3. So you can see there is a description. It says it just finds the SSH version, and it is a SSH version scanner. So I'll just set the host. So let us see the options first of all. So let us say show options, and we can see the options over here. So same as the above, let us set the host, and 160. Let me just paste it. Show options. So it is set to this one. So let me go there and check for the IP address, the public IP address of my website. So it is 160.153. So let me just copy it. Let us say show options again. Set our host and just paste it over here, and just give enter and just run. So this is how to scan for the SSH versions, and then let us see how to scan for the FTP service, that is the FTP, to find the FTP versions. So we can just say, so probably it will be taking a lot of time, but anyways the scan has started. So you can do with your Kali Linux machine. So I will just give a Ctrl+C and exit. So you can see the scan has started with the port 22 where the SSH exists. Now let us say let us do for the FTP. So for the FTP I have found a service called So let me enter FTP underscore version, same as the SSH version. So let me just say search FTP underscore version. So you can see there is only one module and it says FTP version scanner. So all these tools I'm mentioning is pre-installed in the Metasploit, and it is built by the Metasploit guys. So I'll just say use 0. So we are inside that module. So I'll just say show options again. And over here we can see there is an host, and also we can see that there is FTP pass, and also there is a FTP user. So if you want, you can just set it. So in my case, and also we can see there is a port. So basically the FTP, I guess the FTP exists in the port 21, but in some cases the FTP may differ. The ports may exist in different ports. So in that case, you can just set the port number. So over here, I'll just enter the host and just paste it over here. So let me enter our host. Our host, and it is 160.153, 138.219. So let us give enter and just give run. So it has started to scan for the FTP versions. So this is how to scan for the FTP versions. And then let us see how to do password sniffing. So we can see that scan for one host and 100% completed, and it didn't find any useful information. So according to me, the Metasploit, it is more of like an exploit tool. It is morely concentrated on the exploit part, but not on the information gathering. But they are trying to be an all-in-one tool. So my guess is they will be trying to expand their territory and try to become an all-in-one tool, but not good as the other tools. So when you compare the Nmap to the information gathering like the port scan, so the Nmap does everything what we are doing now in a single step it will be doing. So you will be probably switching to the Nmap instead of using the Metasploit information gathering part. So my suggestion is you can just go for the Nmap and the other information gathering tools, whereas the Metasploit pre-installed tools are like, it is very new and it should adapt to the situation, so it takes a lot of time to understand the environment and it will get developed eventually, I guess. So let us see how to do password sniffing. So over here we can also do sniffing, which is not like an information gathering part. So yeah, it is kind of information gathering. So let us see how to do password sniffing with the Metasploit. So for the password sniffing, I have found a module called PS Nuffle. So let us just enter search PS Nuffle. So if I'm right, Nuffle. So let us wait for the module. So over here we can see the module. So what it does, it just sniffs for the packets, and once it just only sniffs for the packet, and you can just save it. And unfortunately you can't analyze it. So to analyze, what we can do is you can just go for the Wireshark, Tsark, or whatever. So in my case, I will just go for the Wireshark, which is GUI, and also I made a video on the Wireshark, basic tutorials on the Wireshark. So once you see those tutorials, you will be knowing how to work with the Wireshark, and you will be knowing all these settings things and other things, basic things I have shared with you. So I'll just say use 0 again. So you can see we are inside this module, that is PS Nuffle. So let us say show options. And we can see there are like different options over here. So options like pcap file and the interface. So the interface where we can scan. So for the interface, we can just enter, I guess we should just say, so let me enter TCP Dump -D. So once I enter TCP Dump -D, it will find the interfaces. So we can see the interfaces over here. So I'll just enter Ethernet 0 interface over here, show options again. So I will set the interface to Ethernet 0, and let us say show options again. So it is set to Ethernet 0, and also we can just name the pcap capture file. So in my case, I will just set the pcap capture file as if you want, you can just set it. I'll just skip it. So let us set it. So pcap file. So I think the name of pcap capture file to process. So currently I don't have any pcap file, I guess. Anyways, let us just run it. So if you have pcap file, what you will be doing is just use this command pcap file and enter the file name. So for example, if it is in pcap png, you can just name it like this, or pcap, you can just name it like this, and it will be set. So let us run it. So over here we can see that there is some problem over here, I guess. So it says sniffing traffic, so operation not permitted. So I have given the Ethernet 0. So the Ethernet 0 is sudo, which needs the root access. So what I will be doing is I will just enter sudo. So let us go for another. So if you want, you can just go for the sudo and you can just enter it. So in my case, I will just enter sudo run. So it is asking for the password, and now it should it should capture the packets. So there are some problems over here, guys. So let us run tcp dump -d, and let me capture this one. So I will just copy this. So this is my wireless network which I am using. So let us try to capture this wireless network packet. So I will just set our host. So it is not the our host, so it is interface, and just paste it in here. So let me copy the Bluetooth_monitor. And let us do show options again. We can see the Bluetooth monitor over here. So let us run it. So we can see there is a runtime error and the operation not permitted. So we are getting some errors. This is because we are not having the permission. So to get the permission, we can just enter sudo and we can just run it. So in my case, the commands are not working. So anyways, you can just use the terminal as you can just say sudo, and while enter into the MSF console itself, what you can do is you can enter as a sudo as a root user. So currently I'm not a root user, that's why I'm getting this problem. But anyways, you can see that it is saying sniffing traffic. So it is sniffing traffic. Of course it is sniffing traffic, but we are getting some error because the operation not permitted. This is because the most probably, I think this is only the error that is we are not having the permission. So to have the permission, we should just have the root user. So while logging in, you can just enter as a root user. So the current terminal is not a root. So that's why we are getting this problem. So finally, let us see how to do Snmp sweeping. So to do Snmp sweeping, we should find another module. So let me just say search, SEARCH, and for the Snmp, I think I have found another module. So the module name is going to be Snmp. I'll just enter Snmp. I can't remember the module. So there are many modules in the Snmp. And not only the modules, we can also find the exploit modules over here. So in the description, we can see what it does. So we can see Snmp scanner auxiliary module. So let us go for the first one itself. Yeah, let us go for the Snmp. Let's go for Snmp login. So this is going to be a good one. So Snmp communication login scanner. So let us say use 24, I guess. Yeah, it is 24. So you can see it says Snmp login, and let us say show options. So we are getting a lot of options over here. So what we can do is we can just set the host, and if you want you can just configure, and there are some passwords over here. So what we are doing is we are basically trying to do Snmp login. So basically like the brute forcing thing. So you can see the brute force speed over here and all other configurations, and you can just play with it. So the Snmp login is actually, it is not really brute forcing. It is just brute forcing. It is just taking a copy of it and trying to brute force. And if it is positive, it will be just saying the password is correct, which means the 200 okay, it went to another page. Or if it is facing any errors, you will be continuously displayed with you will be just displayed with not correct. Yeah, you will be just displayed with not correct, or the connections are wrong. So let us set the host. So in my case, I will just set to 160.153.158. So let me just grab my IP address. So digtechheroic.com. So currently guys, if I ran my any boxes or any vulnerable boxes, I can try to Snmp login. So unfortunately I don't have any vulnerable boxes. I guess I have the Metasploitable, but anyways, this is the last tool we are doing, so I think I don't want to do that. So you can see over here that there are like every options. You can just play with it, and only if you work with these tools you can understand what it is. So rhost, rho, sts, and just enter the target IP address and just give enter and run. So over here you can see also the pass file over here. So it is directing to the snmp default password.txt, or if you already know the password, you can just enter it and you can just test it if the password is correct or not. So I'm just running it, so I'm just running as a random one. So it is saying scanned 1 of 1. So if you enter the correct password, over here, or the correct so over here I have entered the public IP address of my domain name. If I have found the correct IP address, that is the correct IPv4 address of my domain name, I'll be probably brute forcing. So while brute forcing, how it will be looking is, you'll be seeing that the progress of the target IP address is currently working. So once it is once it has found the correct password, it will be saying the password is correct. So this is how Snmp enumeration is done. And yeah, that's it guys. I have probably covered yeah, many information gathering parts in the Metasploit. So there are still many information gathering modules in the Metasploit, so you can just go and play with it. You can just enter the search command and you can play with it. And if you don't know how to work with the Metasploit, and if you don't know the Metasploit commands, and also yeah, if you don't know the Metasploit commands, I have made a video on that. That video will be in the description box below. And also you can just go to the Metasploit playlist and you can find all other information such as the Metasploit payloads, Metasploit architecture. So you can find all other different things. So basically the Metasploit is a crazy tool. We can find everything in the Metasploit. So that's it for this video guys. I hope this video will be helpful for you guys. If this is helpful, make sure give a like and subscribe to our channel. See you in next video guys.